Yeah. She died in the bath, didn't she?
Yeah. Did I put stare at that point? Hello, everyone. Welcome aboard. This is Daniel Moore, Tommy Larkins. You know the drill by now. Hello, Tommy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Dan?
Refreshed after the bank holiday weekend.
Well, if only we had another one approaching. Oh wait, we do.
We do.
Yes,
we do. From what my colleagues said, was
are you
gonna watch.
What are you off for this weekend?
Well, I'm not really a fan of Coronation Street, so.
Well, neither am I. I'm not a fan of coronations in general. I personally, I won't be tuning in. It's not really my thing. But I just wondered because obviously
I think I'll have it on, but I'm not gonna
street party over it.
I'm not just gonna sit and watch it and do nothing else.
Yeah,
you know. So
funny that we're talking about royalty, considering, of course, the theme of the month that we're going into.
We are going into a theme. Medieval May.
Yep. So we're talking about biblical epics, historical epics. Films with knights and mythical battles and all that caper. A genre that I very much enjoy. And what better month to do that on than my birthday month, eh, Dan?
Absolutely. And as we all know, your birthday is a signal that
it's better than Marvel May, which we did last year.
Much better. But it's a symbol, isn't it, that you, me, and producer man Steve all the same age once more.
Yes,
that's what it is.
We all need to.
He breaks the circle.
He does.
in February. I try and fix it in April, but
and then I stitch it back together.
You stitch it back together in May. That's how it works. That's how it works. So Tommy. I'm not going to go into revealing. I almost just said out loud what I'm going to get you for your birthday, but I didn't, so that's all good to go.
Okay.
Let's crack on with why we're all gathered here today.
So,
to marry us in natural. No, not really. We're reviewing a film. Over to you.
King Arthur, 2004, Dan. That's what we're kicking the month off with. I figured, we'll go for I thought I'd go for a film that you kind of know. It's not a film that you would personally watch, really, because of the amount of gore that it happens to be in this film. It's quite a gory, violent film. But you know of the lore of the King Arthur legend, don't you? Because, of course, you used to watch Merlin. And have you ever seen the Disney animated film Sword in the Stone?
Yes, I have.
That's also.
I just like to apologise. We're running Finding Nemo in the background. The wrong film has been selected by the software. You carry on. I'm fixing it.
Okay. So I was the kind of kid who liked playing outdoor games, making swords out of sticks, and playing make-believe battles with friends as a kid.
For centuries,
this film was a big part of why I did those things as a youngster. As I always wanted to be a member of the Knights of the Round Table.
Was only the legend.
I was always into that kind of thing as a kid. I was very much
the
into
myth was based on a real hero.
This film is a neat retelling of the Arthurian legend
who lived
through the lens of a gritty and realistic world. No magic and no dragons in this one.
Right, okay.
It's
My
realistic.
father told me great tales.
Just a
of you.
killer score by Hans Zimmer. Ray Winston proving once again he is not
Fairy
to be
tales.
messed with, and an easy on the eye
People
Keira Knightley in blue.
So brave, so selfless
Sorry,
that they
just to
cannot
ask
be
the
real.
listener on screen, is that
Arthur and his knights.
What's her name?
My duty is
Keira
to my
Knightley.
men.
Sorry, again?
Keira Knightley? Young?
Oh,
Yep.
Keira.
Knightley. Remember from Love Actually? Pirates of the Caribbean.
I don't know why, my eyes just said that's Kate. She plays Morgana.
Katie McGrath
That's it, who plays Morgana in the
in the show.
in the Merlin show.
gonna slaughter you
In the story again.
Oh yeah, but
She's
no.
not.
My
She's not.
face.
No, I can see her now.
It will be
Yeah,
the
it's
last thing
Keira
you see
Knightley.
on this earth.
Those merits alone make this film worth the the true pizzazz
Be with you wherever you
is
go.
supported by its ballast, mainly
Able
the
to
7
fly without
summation
wings.
Clive
On
Owen,
this
Naomi
day,
Grafton,
if this
Mads
be our
Mikkelsen,
destiny,
Joel Edgerton, Hugh Dancy,
so be it.
Ray Winston, and Ray Pearce. They all have different and notable characteristics that make them entertaining to watch, but major shout out to go to Grufford, Edgerton, and Winston. This is Ray Winston's best film, and I would challenge anyone to tell me otherwise. The dude hits major acts in this film. It is ironic that the most boring one of the bunch in in King Arthur is Arthur himself, played by Clive Owen, who doesn't really bring that much to the film performance-wise, really. It is kind of ironic, his name is in the title, but he's the least interesting character in it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If anything, this film is the tale of Arthur, but from the perspective of Lancelot. You remember Lancelot from Merlin, don't you?
I do.
Keira Knightley was just starting to emerge during this era, as Bend It Like Beckham, Love Actually, and the first Pirates of the Caribbean film had been released the previous year or so, and this film continues to launch her as a sex symbol. Because these films kind of made her into that, as I'm sure you remember.
I do.
Seeing a savage warrior like Keira Knightley, barely clothed with blue war paint on, was a profound moment for my 9-year-old self, I must say.
Love it.
Hans Zimmer's score in this film, he also did The Lion King.
So you know it's good.
Yeah, it's a great score. Hans Zimmer's score in this film is one of the best. The kind of music that makes you want to, go out and play with your boys and just play nights with with your friends, and
Like you do in the park on Saturday afternoons.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, I still do it. Reenactment. What's wrong with that? And it just makes you want to, go out and support your friends. Like if they were like in a battle, you'd want to turn up and save the day. Pretty much like a scene that happens in this film, but the music is what drives it. There's not much deepness to this film. It knows exactly what kind of film it is, and it kind of just embraces it. Therefore, the audience should too. There's not really any depth to it. It's just all surface, but it's an enjoyable surface nonetheless. So to close,
Done right, it works.
Damn right, yeah. Done right, it can just be a mindless, entertaining film. So to close, this is the best adapted version of the Arthurian legend into film, as I really dig the realistic, gory approach. The villains are kind of forgettable, but the actors for all the heroes make the film a fun watch. I like to think of this film as Gladiator's less successful cousin, as they share the same talented writer and musical composer, but other parts just don't slap as well. Who knew that Disney would be to blame for this film not being as good as it could have been? Studio interference on a Disney-related project? That's never happened before.
Doesn't sound like Disney at all, does it?
No, it doesn't. So on that note, Dan, I'm giving King Arthur 2004 3.5 stars out of 5
Nice.
to kick off the month.
What's kept it off the top?
Well, again, it's that blandness to it. There's not really any depth to it. It's all very surfacey, which is fine, but it's not groundbreaking. It's not like something deep and thematic like Gladiator, producer Man Steve's one of his favourite films, which is another film we wouldn't show you because that is equally as gory.
Yeah, don't show me gore.
No,
Don't like
no,
it.
no, we won't show you gore.
Steve's dad, however, is Gore's biggest fan.
Yeah, he love it, don't he? Yeah, it's just like my dad. My dad's the same. He loves Steven Seagal movies and movies called Samurai Cop Part 3 and all that. He loves that kind of stuff.
I can't watch stuff like that.
It's just all Z-lister movie stuff and the kind of stuff you see on Sci-Fi Channel at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. Yeah, they've put a pin protected that channel now. They show it during the day now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The pin stops me from going there.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It avoids you going on there by accident.
Yeah, but once the pin, not for me.
No, Dan, but it's a great kick-off to the month, wouldn't you say?
It's definitely set a standard. Medieval, of course.
Yes.
And what I quite like about the setting, the footing you're going out on, is less of the fantasy world and more of the real world.
The historic.
Yeah, it's obviously, it's not all of these films are accurately super true, but
they're based off legends of history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's something I want to explore in this month because it's a genre I feel very passionate about.
Shame you're not doing TV shows because one of my favourite TV shows is Merlin, based on this story.
Yeah.
Great show.
Merlin was great, wasn't it? I mean,
Apart from the ending.
For me, season 1, I'll rate each season out of 5. Maybe we could do that.
Go on, then.
Yeah, so season 1, I'd rate 3 out of 5.
Okay, I'd do 4.
Okay. Season 2, I'd rate 3.5 out of 5.
Okay, I also would stick at 4.
Okay. Season 3, I would rate 4 out of 5.
Okay, I would probably go 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Season 4, I would rate 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm the same.
And then season 5, I'd drop back down again, and I'd give that maybe a maybe a 3.
I'm dropping to 3.
Maybe
too.
maybe a 3.5 actually, because there are some good episodes in season 5. It's just the finale that lets it down.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna have to go with 3. Not give it that 0.5. I just can't get over that
Because I love that
dreadful
episode.
ending.
I do love that episode where Uther's ghost comes back. That's a really, really good. And
That's powerful.
One thing I realised is Merlin sees every season, like season 3, season 4, season 5 especially. Episode 3 for all 3 of those seasons was always a standout episode, because season 3, episode 3 was the Goblin episode where do you remember where Gaius gets possessed by the Goblin and then he gets framed, like he frames Merlin into looking like he's a sorcerer.
Yeah.
And then he almost gets put to death, but Arthur saves him, kind of thing. And then the 4th one, Uther gets killed in the 3rd episode, and then season 5 in the 3rd episode, Uther's ghost comes back. It was just there were some very well written episodes.
I loved that extra depth of relationship you got to see between Arthur and Merlin in the final minutes.
Yes, yeah. I wish we had more of that. That's the issue. Yeah, I just wish we had more.
I would have wanted him to survive, and then just seen what we've all been waiting for the whole way through the whole series.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We didn't get it.
I would have liked more.
That's why you don't trust a public state broadcaster with a show that good.
Give
it to a proper company.
I just want to see more of Arthur knowing about Merlin.
Yeah, I'm the same.
And it was just cut too short. But again,
let him know, let him rule again, and then flatten him.
Exactly. Yeah, but never mind. Hey, we got 2 perfectly good seasons out of it.
But
at least.
I don't think they could have got. They could not have got the casting any more perfect. I
Yeah,
don't feel.
yeah. They were all very good.
That was brilliant casting, so I give him that.
Anthony Head as Uther was stellar casting.
Now, I didn't see Merlin until recently. Lockdown, I watched it.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it since before then. So when obviously I see Anthony Head, I just I can't get it out of my head. I just think of the Prime Minister from Little Britain.
Yes, yeah. I mean, but for me,
I
it's
just couldn't get over that.
for me, it's the librarian from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because he was a regular on Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
I've not seen that show.
Yeah, maybe not your cup of tea.
People
but,
keep telling me I need to watch it, but you're saying don't.
It's
It's gory.
Do you know what? In hindsight, Buffy isn't that gory, really. It's it deals with a lot of adult themes. It's a very deep and thematic story. It's the whole theme of the show is about growing up.
Right.
So it's like high school, but whereas for us, it was theoretical monsters in high school. For Buffy, it's real monsters in high school. It's kind of, it uses it as an allegory.
Right.
And
Okay.
but it's very smart writing. Still, Buffy the Vampire Slayer is my favourite show of all time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's for a whole other review.
My
no
favourite show of all time lives in the kids category of the television.
doubt. Are you ready, kids?
Moving on. Well, thank you, Tommy, of course, as always, for another stellar review. You've set me a challenge this week. So last month,
Because it was your birthday last
It
month.
was my birthday last month, and I pretty much forced you to watch Cars.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And needless to say, you loved it, thanked me, said it was a really good film.
I held up my end of the bargain, didn't I?
So you did. I, of course, failed to acknowledge the fact that that would mean I'd have to return that favour.
Yes.
You've hit me on the 2nd of May with the fact that I'm doing just that.
Yes. Yep.
Only you've been nice about it. You've only said, "Oh, just watch the first half an hour."
Yep.
All right.
Because I know that the Lord of the Rings, they're long films, but they're films that I think the audience will agree that everybody should at least see once.
Okay.
And I know they're like...
I'm going to see it.
There are 3 movies, and all 3 of them are 3 hours long each.
I thought there were 6 movies.
Well, if you include the Hobbit films, but from my personal opinion, I just want to show you Lord of the Rings first. And if
Right.
you enjoy Lord of the Rings, then we can show you the Hobbit as well. But Lord of the Rings is what is important here.
Okay,
And producer man Steve will 100% agree on that.
Okay, I will watch them then. I will watch them. It's one of those films that I've been meaning to watch.
Yes, yeah.
I just haven't.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Why? People ask me all the time.
Yeah.
Why haven't you seen Lord of the Rings? Well, there's not really a reason. I just haven't as yet.
And I know, like, Lord of the Rings is deemed as this really dark fantasy, but it's very light-hearted as well. There is some good comedy in this, to
I
be
love
fair,
comedy.
I will show you the trailer very soon as well, and see if it just builds
I
an
don't-
anticipation.
I'm half and half on whether I want to watch the trailer, because is that gonna spoil the movie?
No, I've watched these
you
trailers.
sure?
I've watched these trailers a lot growing up, and for many over 20 years I've been watching
Right.
these trailers, and I can guarantee you, no.
Why have you been watching the trailers over 20 years?
Because I love these films, Dan. These are my favourite films
Watch
of
the
all time.
films, not the blooming trailer.
These films are my life.
Okay. Well, we'll move on with that.
Yes.
Well, I best get to it then. Tommy, thank you very much. Another movie on Medieval May.
Yes.
Next Tuesday, of course.
Of course, I will see you then.
Absolutely. And for you at home, you need to hit the like, comment, subscribe buttons below. Be mindful, though, if you hit the comment button, you're going to have to put a bit of effort into it.
Ba-dump.
There you go, just abused you online. And of course, you're also able to follow us over on Letterboxd. I'm at the bottom here, Dan Moore Radio. He's over there, Larkins95.
Take care.
Didn't make you remember it this time, did I?
Nope, no.
I'm going to be nice to you all month.
Thank God. Thank
and then I'm
God.
going to be really horrible to you in June. You take care. Like, comment, follow, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Ciao.
Have a good one.